Have you ever wondered why some people seem to leap ahead in life, even though they started from the same place as you? Because there's something invisible working for them every single day, and if you ignore it, it'll silently decide your future without your permission. Let me tell you a story. In 2005, two friends, Arav and Rohan, started their careers earning the same $2,000 per month. Arav invested just $200 every month while Rohan said, "I'll start later when I have more." Years passed. Arav didn't do anything flashy. He just kept investing, letting time do the work. Rohan, meanwhile, upgraded his car, changed phones every year, and lived comfortably. Fast forward 20 years. Arav's small 200 habit turned into over $250,000. Rohan finally started investing, but even after working harder, he couldn't catch up. Why? Because what Arav built wasn't just money. It was momentum. This video isn't about quick hacks or easy formulas. It's about understanding how compounding moves beneath the surface of your life and wealth, how it's shaping your future without your awareness, and why every quiet decision you make now to save, invest, learn, or wait multiplies its reward exponentially later. If you're passionate about success and ready to take action, hit that subscribe button. We're here to inspire and guide you every step of the way. Let's explore. Number 1. The hidden engine of time. Most people underestimate what time does to discipline money. They look at a stock portfolio and only see today's value, not the years of reinvested dividends, patient holding, and market cycles that expanded it behind the scenes. Time is not neutral. It's an amplifier. When paired with compounding, it converts patience into capital. Think of time as your silent partner in every investment. While markets fluctuate and headlines distract, time quietly multiplies your equity through reinvested dividends, capital appreciation, and dividend growth. A single decision to hold long-term can outperform dozens of clever trades. The market rewards consistency, not chaos. Every wealthy investor I've studied doesn't obsess over next month's returns. They think in decades. They understand that the first few years of compounding always look slow, almost disappointing. But over time, returns begin to feed on themselves. The same way gravity accelerates a falling object, time accelerates compounding growth. Compounding doesn't reward speed, it rewards endurance. The longer your capital stays invested, the more it detaches from your effort and grows on its own. That's the silent privilege time grants, the invisible hand that multiplies without you lifting one. Number 2. The compounding of choices. You forget you made. We often think compounding happens in markets, but it begins in decisions. Every time you choose to invest instead of spend, read instead of scroll, rest instead of rush, you plant an invisible seed. Those micro decisions compound into identity, and identity compounds into destiny. Financially, small, consistent contributions into your investment account, even $200 a month into an index fund or ETF, compound not only in returns but in habit. You become someone who invests, not someone who plans to. That shift in behavior creates lifelong equity. When you automate your investing, say, a recurring monthly purchase of dividend-paying stocks or ETF units, you eliminate emotional friction. Over years, that system builds silent momentum. You may forget it exists, but it doesn't forget you. Your capital keeps working in the background. The invisible wealth here isn't the number in your brokerage account. It's the mindset you build through repetition. You begin to see yourself as a builder, not a spender. Every small choice that prioritizes growth over gratification strengthens the compounding effect. Wealth is rarely the result of one major decision. It's the sum of thousands of tiny ones made in quiet moments. The compounding you can't see often begins with the discipline no one notices. Number 3. The quiet magic of reinvested rewards. Compounding accelerates when you stop taking profits out and start feeding them back in. Dividends, interest, side income, or rental cash flow, when reinvested, become new capital. This is the secret behind the rich getting richer. They don't spend their returns, they reinvest them. Imagine holding dividend-paying stocks or a broad ETF that distributes quarterly income. Instead of withdrawing that dividend, You let it buy additional shares. Now, those extra shares generate their own dividends. That's income building income, a self-feeding loop. This silent reinvestment effect doesn't show dramatic results early on, but give it years, and your growth curve starts to bend upward. The cash flow begins to expand geometrically, not linearly. You've created a financial organism that feeds itself. This isn't just about reinvesting money. It's about reinvesting progress. The same applies to learning. When you reinvest lessons from experience back into action, your competence compounds. When you reinvest trust into relationships, your influence compounds. Compounding rewards those who give their gains back to the system that created them. The most invisible wealth in the world isn't inherited. It's reinvested. Number 4. The power of staying boring. The most successful portfolios in history aren't exciting. They're painfully predictable. Consistent contributions to index funds, steady dividend reinvestment, disciplined asset allocation, and a long-term perspective sound boring. But the compounding effect thrives in boredom. Market noise seduces people into action, buying, selling, reacting. But every unnecessary move interrupts compounding. Boring investing isn't the absence of action. It's the presence of trust, in systems, in time, in math. The wealthy embrace boredom because it removes emotion. They prefer the slow, silent accumulation of equity over the thrill of speculation. The average investor chases momentum. The wise investor compounds quietly. If you want wealth that lasts, learn to love the monotony of consistency. The magic often hides in the mundane. Number 5. The invisible power of not touching it. Touching your investments too often is like pulling a plant out of the soil to check if it's growing. You interrupt the process that makes it work. Every time you sell early, react emotionally, or chase new trends, you reset compounding. Wealth builders understand that the real art is restraint. They let their investments mature quietly, through bear markets, recessions, and euphoria. They rebalance strategically but never impulsively. Holding assets through decades doesn't just accumulate returns. It builds resilience. Dividend-paying ETFs, blue-chip stocks, and well-diversified portfolios need time, not tinkering. This patience compounds in more ways than money. It compounds your discipline, your detachment, your peace of mind. You stop seeking validation from volatility. You start trusting the silent mathematics of growth. The less you interfere, the more powerful compounding becomes. The wealth you see is only the visible portion of what patience built. Number 6. The hidden interest of self-control. Every dollar not spent is capital that compounds. Every impulse resisted is interest earned. Compounding isn't just about earning returns. It's about preventing erosion. When you avoid lifestyle inflation, you preserve the gap between income and expenses, the gap where compounding lives. The wealthy protect that gap like treasure. They expand it with discipline. Each time you defer gratification, skipping unnecessary purchases, keeping housing costs modest, avoiding consumer debt, you redirect that saved capital into your investment portfolio. Over time, that control compounds into independence. True financial freedom doesn't come from earning more. It comes from needing less. When your expenses are stable and your assets keep growing, compounding accelerates. The invisible part of wealth is self-control. You can't measure it on a statement, but you can feel it in your confidence. Because the less you spend to prove your worth, the faster your worth grows quietly behind the scenes. Number 7. The compounding of skills. You keep sharpening. Your skills have compounding returns too. Every hour you spend learning about investing, communication, leadership, or technology increases your earning power for decades. That extra income becomes more capital, which fuels financial compounding. The most underestimated form of wealth growth is intellectual compounding. Knowledge pays dividends long after it's acquired. You don't have to chase dozens of courses or credentials. You just have to choose one high-value skill and improve it relentlessly. Writing, analysis, design, investing, or negotiation. Over time, that improvement compounds into career equity. The more valuable you become, the higher your return on time. The wealthy don't just grow money, they grow capacity. Skills create leverage. Leverage accelerates compounding. And unlike markets, skills never crash. Number 8. The quiet geometry of good habits. Habits are invisible compounding machines. Your daily choices, how you spend, eat, think, and plan, create exponential outcomes over time. If you read 15 minutes a day, invest automatically every month, reflect weekly, and stay physically healthy, you're creating systems that generate results without willpower. That's habit compounding, invisible, consistent, unstoppable. Financially, good habits turn income into assets. Personally, they turn effort into identity. They save you from the mental fatigue of constant decision-making and redirect that energy toward creation. When you look at someone truly free, emotionally or financially, you're looking at the outcome of hundreds of invisible habits practiced quietly over years. The best part? You don't need to overhaul everything. Just start with one habit that compounds: investing monthly, tracking expenses, reading finance, exercising daily. Tiny improvements multiplied by time always outperform grand promises with no consistency. Habits are compounding's quiet twin. They work while you forget they exist. Here is the bonus for you: the wealth hidden in relationships. Compounding doesn't only happen in numbers, it happens in trust. The people you help, the reputation you build, the collaborations you nurture, they all return dividends. The wealthy understand that social capital compounds faster than financial capital. They invest in people, in partnerships, in integrity, because each relationship multiplies opportunity. In business, one trusted connection can yield more value than years of advertising. In life, one genuine friendship can change the quality of your journey. Wealth isn't just assets, it's access. The invisible compounding of relationships gives you both. In every video, I try to discuss and address the factors that surely improve the chances of your success. If you like this also, subscribe the channel, like and share the wealthy knowledge to your loved ones. Now, if you want to know more about the stealth wealth rules of the top 1%, then watch this video. I'll see you there.